Welcome back to Components Breakdown. Today we're going to take a special look at the game Ascension, Chronicle of the Godslayer, which was released at Gen Con 2010 by Gary Games. I wanted to open up the box and show everybody why I was so excited, beyond the gameplay mechanics, which I think are really solid, but the actual what comes in the game itself. It's not often that you're pleasantly surprised when you open up a game and see the way in which developers go about storing their game components. All of us have played, for the most part, a lot of the deck building games, and I think with the first couple of Dominion expansions, it was always hard to figure out how to put them back in the box, especially when they're sleeved. So with that, let's take open the box top and look inside what comes inside of it. It comes with a very abbreviated rulebook. It's not real long, 14 pages in total. But it explains everything you would need to know from beginning to end. It's really well written. No problems at all playing the game for the first time. Now, I didn't sit down for a demo during the convention, so all my learning was done directly from the rulebook itself. No problems at all. Right on top of that is the board. Some people may or may not like having a board to play on. I, for one, enjoy it. I like the idea of having a board to play on. Even for a card game, it helps separate the cards, especially for beginners that are getting to know the game. It has turn orders on here, which allow people to just kind of get a brief summary of how the game is played out. Now, once you get to know the game, the necessity for a board completely goes away, but I play with it every time just simply because I like it. And this is really what I want to talk about, was what comes inside the box. Now, Gary Games went into the convention pretty well organized, knowing exactly what they wanted to do with the game. They actually went to a printer and had sleeves. Now, this isn't the back side of a card. This is actually what's printed on the sleeves themselves. It's a two-color sleeve with the black on the outside and white on the inside, which you can see there. These have to be expensive. I mean, you can imagine that to go to a printer and have your own sleeves made up for a game that's just debuting and has never had any real publicity, it's an awful risk and investment to make in something, but I'm really happy that they did. The other thing you notice that this game, when it's fully sleeved, fits perfectly in the box. And I have never seen this really happen before with their sleeves. Now, if you look at it, it doesn't come with this bag, but I play a lot of the two-player version of this game with my wife. So I have bagged just enough to play the two-player and kept the other victory tokens or honor tokens in a different bag. But in here, these are all of the cards that go in the portal deck. So that's your heroes and your constructs and your monsters, and they fit perfectly on one side. These are for the 4-player game. Each person starts with 10 cards, which are 8 apprentices and 2 militia. And again, you can see the dividers in here, and when these are sleeved, they fit perfectly back inside. And the last side, you can't see it in here, but there's an actual divider that goes straight between here, and I'm just going to pull them all out so you can see it. But that is used to separate the 3 different areas of the game board over here, which are, I'm going to turn the camera here, the Mystic, the Heavy Infantry, and the Single Cultist card. And what I have done is just basically put the Mystics on one side, the Heavy Infantry on the other, with the Cultists at the bottom. And again, it just fits perfectly inside the box. Now, I know this isn't a review of the actual game itself, but you have to give props to a company that first comes out and says, you know, we're going to try to build this to people that enjoy good components, that enjoy being able to put their stuff back in the box and play almost immediately. Now, in knowing that this game sets up extremely quickly in this, with this configuration, and to show you that I'm doing this by myself, so it's going to be a little bit hard with one hand holding the camera and one pulling out the cards. But say we have the game board set up, all we would do is take the Mystics, put them on one side, take the Heavy Infantry, put them on one side, and take the Cultist, who, I'm sorry, but I don't know where my Cultist is. I imagine he was at the bottom of the Mystic deck, and there he is. And then you pull out, and of course I shuffle these before I get done playing my next game, put them on the portal deck, and then you give one of these to each player, and you're ready to go. I mean, it's really that simple to set up and play. It's not like Dominion, it's not like Thunderstone, it's not like Heroes of Graxy where you're setting up the deck each time and setting up all the cards you can buy and purchase. I would really suggest this game to anybody that likes deck building. It's a completely different variant than what most people are used to. I've played over 24 games now, and it's starting to get a real good feel for the strategies. At first, you're just buying whatever you need to buy to try to get the most honor points, but now there's some really deep strategy that you can find with the synergy that's found inside each of the different groups within the game. So that is Ascension Chronicle of the Godslayer, and I hope everyone goes out and gets this game. It's a good one.